Hi everyone, we are live at Silicon Slopes. My name is Kristina, Ayanian, and I'm your host with Nasdaq. Joining me today is CEO of Avii, Lyle. Lyle, thank you so much for joining us today.
Kristina, thanks for having us.
Can you tell us more about Avii and what problems you're trying to solve?
Yeah, Avii is a software company that solves accounting firm solutions, not fintech for end users, but for the actual accounting firms that are running the financial processes. And we're solving them in a way that addresses the big problem accounting firms face, which is too many disconnected things. So accounting firms are actually about 10 years or more behind the average US enterprise's ERP. And they have too many disconnected portals and documents and systems, and so their employees and their clients are jumping back and forth between data and processes, and we have solved that problem.
And how do you differentiate yourself from your peers?
It's a good question. So we're 22 years old, but we have a 6-year-old platform. So we're both aged, we have deep knowledge and roots in accounting, but we also started over. There are many industries where executives, even Mark Zuckerberg once said, I wish I could start over with Facebook. Like you get into text, you get into the technology and you build out and then you wish you could go back. And 6 years ago we did that. We started from scratch. We re-architected the system based on what today's needs are, not 20 years ago when we started. And we started with a brand new database, a new API set, and 100% of the Avii workspace is now built on that new platform.
Wow, there's so much innovation happening, but what have you been up to this past year?
So we focused, that's a good question. We've added technology across our platform. We've focused most heavily on the client experience, and not just the experience that the end user client has in their own workspace, but what is the experience that the technician and the practitioner and the management role at the firm has with the client. So if you think of it like a stage with a curtain, we focus on the client side, like how are clients interacting with the firm? How are they communicating? What are they getting from the firm through technology? But then automating that through the curtain to how does that uplift the experience for the practitioner and for management?
How does that automation happen?
So the automation happens through a few ways. First, natively in Avii, we architected modern automation. So by starting over and re-architecting the system, we added many of the things that companies are now trying to dovetail into their technology. And so when you do something in Avii, it automates many other processes, and it can even interact with technology that is not Avii. So we focused natively inside our solution, but we also opened up our API and our webhooks. And when somebody does something, say in Box or a Microsoft product or a vertical application in accounting, it can initiate a workflow in Avii, or it can update a visualization in Avii, or vice versa. And so that's helping break down these disconnected things, not only when they jump into the Avii world, but with many of the solutions that are non-Avii within the firm.
So where will 2023 take accounting?
23 for accounting is going to be a year of change, and anyone that's in accounting will be like, that is a bold prediction, because accountants are historic non-changers. They are very conservative. They don't like to change. But 3 things happened this past year or 2 that affected that. One was COVID, and COVID broke the glass ceiling of change management and technology for firms. There were a lot of aged practitioners or aged partners who simply didn't want to change, but they were forced to because of COVID, and those firms learned, wow, we can have a better experience with our clients, we can have a better experience with our employees. Second, COVID brought on record profitability for accounting firms. So the last 2 years, most firms have made more money than previous seasons. So they have extra cash, they have a mindset that says, wow, if we change management as well as technology, we can improve. And then there's a negative effect affecting the change, and that is this great migration. So accounting has had a large staffing problem this past year. Many people left from one firm to go to another, or they left accounting altogether. And rich technology can contribute to a tech positive culture that attracts the kind of talent that wants to ride progress with the firm.
Yeah, and you're really paving the way towards that positive change.
Yeah, we believe so. So our clients are expressing that the experience that we create for the client, for the practitioner, and for management it's a real tangible change, like when they're doing the actual tasks of accounting, but it's also driving deep business intelligence and visualization, say in like Tableau or Power BI, where they're taking the data from Avii and data from other applications. We're amalgamating that data and presenting live information where only a few years ago our clients were relying on reports and spreadsheets to learn where their business, was going or how well they were doing.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your story. We look forward to following your journey.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.